is Pantry. So today it's kind of starting to get geared up. It's May and I want to get my pantry cleaned out, and so that's a big job. And I'm going to pull everything out of there, but while I'm doing that and I see things that are coming close to this, that date, that shelf date that you get on canned goods, I don't purchase a lot of canned goods, but what I do purchase, I try to keep track of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some dehydrating. That will extend that shelf life out way past the point that you could keep it in a can. And so I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm also going to show you how to save some money, because buying in these large number 10 cans will save you a lot more money than buying them in single jar or cans. And so it's going to leave room for my canning, because that season's going to be about to start here pretty quick, and so I need to free up some space. So we're going to dehydrate, and it consolidates it into a smaller package. All right, so let's go do some dehydrating. I think today I'm going to dehydrate some peaches. I've got peaches in the big number 10 can, and they make great snacks. They also make super delicious infused tea. All right, so if this inspires you to stay with me, and I hope it does, give me a thumbs up somewhere along the way. Go share this on your Facebook page. Go down in the description box below and check out my Facebook page. And right next to it, I'll have my Wild Tree website. You can go check that out, shop for some all organic, natural products, or become a rep yourself and save money every time you shop. And let's see, I'll leave links for you to subscribe to my channel, and it'll be somewhere. Okay, all right, so let's go do some dehydrating. Super easy, come on. Okay guys, this is what I'm about to do today. I've got 2 number 10 cans of yellow cling peaches in light syrup. And these, the use by date is not until August of this year, but I'm going to go ahead and get these out of the way, because you can see that takes up a lot of room. This is 6 pounds, 10 ounces of peaches. And the nice thing about this is a really reasonable way to buy fruits and vegetables. They're usually quite a bit cheaper. Now, a small 14-ounce can or 15-ounce can of peaches is over $1 in my store if you get this same brand. This right here, this container cost me a little over $4. So for 6 pounds, I can't even buy them fresh like that. So we like to dehydrate them, use them in tea, use them as healthy snacks, put them in trail mix, cut up. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and use these up. And I'm getting these peaches are at yesterday's prices, because I bought these a couple years ago. And so now we haven't eaten them, it's time to do it. I like to use these big cans as well, the way they are, in a big peach cobbler. You can make a peach cobbler or something like that with them. Now I always, when I take them out, because dust is settled and everything else, I always wipe the lid down, because I don't want anything going into my peaches. And other than I'm making a mess, there we go. So get the lids off of those. I'm gonna drain these in a colander. I'm not gonna save the light syrup. You could save it for iced tea or something like that if you'd like. Actually, maybe I will save it and keep it for something else. All right, so I'm gonna get these all drained off in the colander. I'll bring you back when I start loading the trays. Okay, so I've got my peaches. Both cans are in this big colander here, and I have to tell you, I don't care to keep the syrup on them. I rinse that off. That is totally up to you whether you want to do that, but I find that they stick to the tray. They're overly sweet, and it's not the sweetness from just the peach, so I prefer to have just the peach. And even when I do this with my homemade or home canned peaches, I do the same thing. Rinse off that simple syrup. And then I try to have space in between each one, just because it really does make it a little bit easier. And there's really no other way to get these on here and spaced out other than the tools God gave you, and that's your hands. And I'm wearing a glove just because I don't want to be sticky. And so that's really all there is to that. We're going to keep loading trays. And I just washed all these trays in between dehydrating. I wash them, but I also will give them a good soapy wash before I use them again if it's been sitting. And use the big side of my sink and fill it with hot soapy water and let them soak for a little bit and run the scrubber brush over them, and before you know it, you're done. So, and you've got fresh, clean dehydrating trays. And people ask me all the time what kind of dehydrator I have. This is a Nesco, but my next purchase will be an Excalibur. And I've had 3 of these, but I think I'm going to spend the extra money next time and invest in the Cadillac of dehydrators. I've just hear nothing but great things from other people that I know that have them. So, that being said, and you can get one that's been refurbished, so I would probably do that, because I have a few high dollar items on my wish list for prepping. So, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to bring you back, tell you how many trays, 2 number 10 cans, which is 12 pounds of peaches, over 12 pounds actually. Those are a little larger than 6-pound cans. So how many trays I end up with. And aren't they pretty? They're going to be delicious, and my husband's going to be thrilled because he loves these. So we ended up with 6 trays. And I remembered as I was doing this, usually I'll do 3 at a time, and it takes 9 trays. But normally I would fill my dehydrator and run it full, but this, having 12 pounds of peaches on there is a sizable venture, and I'm going to go ahead and run it with 6 trays going. And you're going to set that on the fruit setting, and on my dehydrator, that is 135 degrees Fahrenheit, 57 Celsius. So I really think that this will take overnight because they're thick and they end up chewy and more like a peach leather kind of a product. They're just wonderful. And so I'm going to go ahead and get these on the dehydrator, and I'll bring you back tomorrow when we're all said and done and show you the end product and give you a taste test. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Okay, guys. I'm glad you stayed for the rest of this because I'm back with the end results. And I did them overnight, and then I went ahead and when I checked them, some of the fatter pieces had a really soft center. I don't mind if it's leathery or chewy, but I didn't want any excess moisture in there because that could cause it to spoil. So I went ahead and left it on until I got home from work, and now here I am, and we've got 6 trays, 12 pounds. It started out over 12 pounds of peaches, and these are yellow clean peaches. And what I'm going to do, they do, because of the sugar content, they like to stick to the little fruit trays. And so I pull the fruit tray off. I'm going to get my lid off my jar, and I'm going to put them in this gallon jar because they won't last long enough. I buy Mylar bags online, and I like the Ziploc ones. I just Google Ziploc Mylar storage bags, and they've got them in different sizes, and you'll get some options because, you know, you might find something with a better price the next time you Google. So I just kind of bend this until I can take that off of there. So I'm going to go ahead and get all 6 trays done for you, and I'll bring you back. I'm going to, oh, well, you know what? Let's rehydrate while I'm doing it. I want to rehydrate a couple of these so you kind of see what the product would be if you rehydrated it. And this is, oh, they're so good. Okay, I've got some boiling kettle water, and I'm so thankful to the person that had one of these and inspired me to even look for one because I use it every day. So, okay. So I'll be back after I get all the trays, put them in the jar. I'll show you how much volume we get out of this and how they're rehydrated. Okay, I'll be back in about, I don't know, however long, 5-10 minutes. All right, guys, so It's been about 15 minutes. I don't think these peaches are totally rehydrated, but I'm running out of time to be able to do this. But you can see the change in color. I mean, it changes back to the color it was when you dehydrate. All the pigment, all the flavor, everything is concentrated into that when you take the water out. So all the vitamins and everything stay in there. All the taste stays in there. The water is just taken out when you dehydrate. So when you rehydrate, you're going to go back to almost that perfect proportion that you had before. And so here's a slice of peach, and they're not going to be exactly like what you took out of that can, and obviously this needed to go a little bit longer. I would say minimum of 20 minutes for something that's been dehydrated this much. Harder vegetables sometimes take a little bit longer, but so I've got my peach. And these are great snacks. They're great to use. Whoops, keep doing that. They're great to use in a smoothie. They're good to use in a cobbler. I use these in all kinds of things. If I can make sure that my husband doesn't know that that jar is ready and waiting because he loves them. Okay, so I'm going to take a bite of this for you and tell you after, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. It's perfect. It needed probably 5 more minutes, but it's not chewy or leathery. It's got that beautiful, fresh peach flavor without that sugar, because remember, I rinsed these. It's absolutely fabulous. This is great for any kind of baking recipe, cobblers, any kind of, dessert. Okay, so here's a dried piece, and you can see they still have some bend to them, so it's kind of like a leather. And that's, a lot of times that's how we eat them. I'll even cut these pieces up and make my own trail mix, and I add my own dehydrated fruit. It's delicious, and I'm going to do a bunch more dehydrated videos because I'm cleaning out the pantry. So I hope this inspires you to come back and see me and see what I dehydrate next, and how it rehydrates and what you can use it in, and give you some ideas. I truly hope it inspires you to step outside the box. This was 2 number 10 size cans that is in this half-gallon jar. I'm saving a ton of space. I'm not throwing this away. I'm gonna use my food saver to seal this and get the air out. I don't use oxygen absorbers when I do that, because when you open the jar, the oxygen absorber starts working on the oxygen that's coming in, and pretty soon you're just got a useless oxygen absorber in there. So I don't bother with that, and I've never had a problem. If I was going to do storage buckets and that kind of thing, then yeah, I would probably use an oxygen absorber, and you can get those online anywhere. You can go to the Mormon store and online and get them too. So that being said, we're going to seal this jar up and see how long it lasts. And at least I'm not throwing away 2 big cans, over 12 pounds of peaches. I've got them to use anytime I want. All right, guys. Hope it inspires you to come back. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you really like it, please share it on your Facebook page. It helps our channels grow and spread out and reach new people that might need this information. All right. We'll see you next time. God bless.